Hey everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, evening, morning, overnight, whatever you've got going on. I got up a while ago, but I've just been kind of lazing around, but it's still pretty early. It's about 8 o'clock. But it's hike time, it's vlog time. At the time of filming this, it's actually Veterans Day, so because of where I work, I have the day off, a nice long weekend, so I figured I would take you on a little day trip up to one of my favorite little towns in Colorado, Estes Park. This is like kind of one of the quintessential little mountain towns that people go up to when they're here on vacation or all that stuff. When you move here, it's kind of one of the first places you go. So I figured I'd share it. There's a lot of cool little shops and restaurants and stores and stuff. I don't know what's going to be open or not because it is a holiday, but the first stop is ideally going to be this little mountain breakfast restaurant spot that's tucked away in a little town outside of Estes Park. And it's just this tiny little town. I'm not kidding, like one little street that goes through it, and there's this itsy bitsy little breakfast joint with like maybe four tables in it. And I love sneaking up there and grabbing some breakfast a couple times a year. It's a little bit of a jaunt, but it's just kind of a greasy spoon up in the mountains, and it's like this perfect little kind of hippie mountain breakfast joint. So Apollo's outside going potty. I'm gonna get myself dressed and put some extra layers on because it is cold. And so we might walk through the town. I want to show you a couple of like landmarks there in Estes Park, maybe go on a quick hike, and then we'll head back. I have a bunch of videos just like sitting on my phone that need to be edited and uploaded, so that's all got to happen today. I'd like to go get the car washed, I think, after we're done with this trip because it's just a muddy mess from the past couple of weeks of driving around and vlogging. And then, yeah, we'll see where else the day takes us. So I'm not sure when this will go up. I'm kind of backlogged. I have like a couple of vlogs kind of in the banks. So this might be one that goes up maybe closer to Thanksgiving. I'm not quite sure. I film them, I edit them, upload them, and then I kind of just schedule them every week. So I'm always like a week or two kind of ahead of time, which is nice, but I might take a little bit of a break from doing that so I can do one that's like on that same week, just so you have the most up-to-date like life info. Not that things get crazy for me, but okay, let me go ahead and get some clothes on, get some layers on, I'm gonna do a coat, a regular long sleeve shirt, and then maybe like a base layer, and then some nice pants or some good thick pants, and we'll brave the cold weather and go on a little mountain trip. So we'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Okay, hi. All right, we're just taking off now. Oh my word, it is freezing. It's gonna be even colder in the mountains. I've got like this shirt, an under layer. I've got under like long johns, but like they're made of silk. They're just like thermal undergarments, and then I've got my ski socks on and my big boots and my gloves and my hat, extra coat sitting over here. It's 24 degrees Fahrenheit here in the city. I can only imagine what it's like up in the mountains, and it's kind of gloomy up there. Like I can't really see the mountains, which either tells me it's going to be pretty fog filled or snowing, which is okay. I'm fine with winter outdoor activities. That doesn't bother me. I just have to come prepared, and I've got my little thing so I can hike around like this. Apollo's got one on too, not for his face, but just on his neck. Like he needs it. He's basically just a big blanket, big down comforter, but gave him a little something so we can match. During the panini, I was all about these buff covers, like face coverings. They had some that had actual filters built into them. I have a couple of those, but I was all about these face coverings. And when I'm still into skincare, but when I was really into skincare, when I'd go hiking, I was like don't let any sun touch me. I don't want to age, no sun on me. So I'd slather myself in sunscreen and put one of these on and have a sun hat on and these big glasses, so you literally couldn't see any of my like skin. I looked like is it the Invisible Man? I looked like that. Maybe I'll do that setup so you can see what it looked like when I was walking around in the summer. And then I'd have long sleeves on and pants during the summer, like no sun exposure whatsoever, unless I stopped to get water and stuff. So I'm not as crazy about it anymore. I still wear sunscreen and apply it frequently, but I don't do the head to toe face coverings. It's a little cumbersome. And now that it's not, we're not in the midst of the thing, you know, it's a little bit more awkward to walk around like that. So we're gonna stop, and my tires, when it gets really cold, the pressure goes down, and one of them's alerting me that it's low pressure, but I see the percentages of pressure on all my tires, and it's the same as the other ones. I think it might have just dipped a little too low at some point, but now it's back up to match the other ones. But it still won't go off until I get it to like a certain threshold, so it just keeps pinging at me that I need to put some air in the tires. So I'll do that, and then I might have went right into diamond painting last night and didn't eat. So I didn't have dinner. I'm very hungry, even though we're gonna go up to the cafe. So I might stop at Starbucks. I have a gift card because I won a Halloween cookie decorating contest at work. So I got a gift card. I don't even know how much is on it, maybe like $10 or something. But I was like, I'll get a coffee and a little snack because we have about an hour drive ahead of us before we actually get to where we're going. Maybe a little bit longer. So that'll tide me over till we get there, because I should have eaten, and I was like getting all prepared to go out. I was like, ooh, I want Indian, because I was watching Shay's Whippin' Chat and she was talking about how she loves Indian, and I was like, ooh, I really want Indian food. And so I was like getting myself all prepared to go to the Indian buffet and all that stuff, and then I was like, let me diamond paint for a little bit. It's still a little early to go. Yeah. Oh God, I have to drive. I'll take one off. It was still a little early to go. I was like, let me sit down and diamond paint for like an hour, and then I'll go over there around like 7. And cut to it being like, I'd stopped and got some water and stuff, and I kept saying, okay, now go. And I just got too sucked into it. Before you know it was like 10 o'clock, and I was like, I'm tired. I've been diamond painting for like 3 hours. So I let Apollo out. We ran around in the backyard a little bit. He went potty. And then I went to bed. So I didn't eat, which is bad. So anyway, so we're coming up here. I'm gonna see if this gas station has an air pump, the one that I always go to. I've never seen one, and I've never really needed one, so I don't know if they have it or not. And then I'm like, do I have to have quarters? I guess I have a couple of quarters here. Does it take change? What are we doing? I feel like I do this same trip into this gas station every week, and I'm always filming. I think they do have a little air thing, but sometimes they're out of, service, out of stock. Let's see. It's got a paper on it. Out of order. You know what? I don't know what it is about air things. Every time I need one, I have to go to like 5 different gas stations to find one that is actually functioning. They need to improve the quality of these air pumps. And then of course the line at Starbucks is out the yin yang. What to do? What do you think I should do? I think I'm gonna double back. I'm gonna double back, and we're gonna find a different gas station and a different Starbucks, because I'm not sitting in that line. I think I might do my coworker's husband is a manager at a Starbucks, I guess. I just found this out yesterday. And I guess he poo-poos the Starbucks that are inside of like other other businesses. So like here in Colorado, you can find a Starbucks inside of King Soopers or Kroger, I guess it's called. So I guess he calls those Crowbucks, and then the Starbucks that are inside of Target are Tarbucks, and then there's ones inside of hotels, and those are called Hobucks. I was like, okay. I'm trying to think of like I'm trying to think of where there's like another gas station that I might be able to. Let me do this. Let's make some tough decisions right now. Ooh, oh God. Okay. I think there's a gas station over here, but it's like a mom and pop, like it's not a chain, so I don't know if they're gonna have air. I feel like air should be at a lot more businesses than just gas stations. Like right here, there's a Walgreens. Put some air there. You go to Walmart, air. It should just be, hey, we've got it. You want it. The more that they're out there, then maybe there's a better chance that they won't all be broken. So, and then I'm also like, should I just say forget it? Because I mean, it's the same PSI as the other tires. It just won't stop beeping at me. But then it's going to get even colder up in the mountains, and the PSI will go down. Overthinking it. Look, one glove. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just hungry, and I want to get like on the road, like get going. Did you see Apollo? He's behind us. Apollo. Hi. Hi, Bubba. He's so cute. I love when he holds my hand with his little paw. Oh, I love him. This morning we actually got considering it's a long weekend, we got a fairly early start to the day, as far as waking up, and then we just like cuddled in bed, and I was just on my phone for like a good 30-45 minutes before we actually like started the day. Most of the time he won't let me do that. He likes to, we'll cuddle for like a couple of minutes, but then he's like, all right, it's potty time, it's food time, let's get going. But I think it's just the cold maybe. He was definitely in like a let's just hang out, and like did not want to get off the bed when I finally decided to get up. I was like, come on, let's go. And he was just like not having it. So we had a very fun, cute little morning. And then I got myself put together. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna keep you on until I get to this gas station, and if they have air, great. If not, then, well, if they have air, I'll let you go so I can do the air stuff. If not, I'll let you go still, because I need to rally and look up gas stations around and just start bopping around to them. I don't want this to be my whole day. I'm gonna give it 2 more shots, and then I'm just gonna say forget it. Maybe I'll find some air on the way up, because I am not spending my whole morning searching for air. What else? What else is going on? I guess let's talk gas prices. Gas has gone down a significant amount here in the Colorado area, at least, which I'm so thankful for. Not that I fill up that often, but it really stung when it was like hitting the $5 range. And I know certain people in certain areas are like, that's my everyday life. But it's down to $3.20 here, and then I can use my discount points at the big grocery store. So last time I went to fill up, it was like $2.80 a gallon, and I was like, can I put some of this in like to-go cups? Because this isn't gonna be the case forever. That one looks like it's functioning. Oh, I think I found a good one. Okay, we're over by where I get my hair cut now, in the pho restaurant that was closed that one Sunday. I've just got to figure out how to get over here. There's also a really cute little coffee shop over here that has some good coffee, and then I won't have to sit in a line for Starbucks. Maybe I'll just do that. How the heck? How do I get over there? Oh, we're gonna off-road. Oh boy, ooh, oofta. Okay, fingers crossed we're about to pull up. Is it in service? Yes, it is, and they take cards. Perfect. Okay, let me go get some air, And then I think I'm just going to go to this coffee shop that's right behind us. Then I don't have to sit in line at Starbucks. I'll use my gift card another day, and then I can just get on the road. So hang on just one second. Okay, coffee is gotten. It's called a toffee crunch. They gave Apollo a bone. She's like, he's given me, I forget, like something eyes. I don't know. I was like, okay, I think those are just his eyes, but he always gets that. I feel like everywhere we go, if I have him with me, everyone's like, can I give him something? I'm like, okay. But we're going up to Estes Park is the name of the town that we're stopping at for brunch. And then we're going to Estes Park afterwards. So Estes Park is just this little town, and the name of the cafe is called Meadow Mountain Cafe. So it's just this cute little hole in the wall. I'll take some pictures if I can. Like I said, it's itsy bitsy teeny tiny little restaurant, but very mountainous. So I like to go up there usually in the like fall and winter time, because it's just like you're all cold, and then you get there and you kind of warm up with some good coffee and some biscuits and gravy or an omelet or whatever, and yeah, it's nice. It's just a nice little stop on the way up. So we are an hour and 20 minutes from said destination. We're 62 miles away, so we better get a move on, because I am so hungry. I didn't get a snack at the coffee place because I want to save my appetite. I decided for the food once we get up there, because it is good. It's like greasy spoon kind of stuff. Okay, it's not too hot. Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, Apollo's down here passed out. Look at him. Please, let me see. There he is. Hi, Bubba. My little baby. My little baby. So yeah, we're gonna get on the highway. As soon as we do that, I'll probably let this clip go, and then I'll cut back to when we get to Meadow Mountain Cafe. I'm going to try to download a couple podcast episodes, because there's no service up there on the way. Like, I don't think there's service in Estes Park that I remember. And then when we get in Estes Park, I'll have service again. But yeah, I have a lot that I want to do today. I mean, this is going to be a full day trip. I don't plan on getting back down till like late afternoon. But tonight I just have a lot of videos on this phone that I need to get done. I have one that, I don't even remember. Yeah. So I have one that I need to finish the like outro to. I recorded it all, and then I was like, I'll have a clip at the end, everyone, and I'll say goodbye. No, I finished doing what I was doing, and it's like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, and so I need to film that like finished part. It's going to be a kitting up of one of my latest Jaded Gem Shop kits that came in. So I did like a time lapse of it. I was like, okay, we'll just do a time lapse, and then I'll come back to the end and talk about, or at the end and just talk about anything I ran into while kitting up. I didn't do that. So I wrote down the notes of the things that I want to talk about at the end of that. So I need to get home, film that, upload all this stuff, get it all scheduled. I have probably like a week's worth of content for next week ready to go. And then the week after that will be the week that I'm going live with Mary Making Crafts for Black Friday. So I don't know if I'm going to do any videos that week, or if it's just going to be the lives. I haven't decided. Maybe both? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I have a couple things that I can put up for sure. But I don't know if I want to just save it and just do the lives. So, but I think I might only be doing one or two. So I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I need to get lighting. I think I'm going to upgrade my lighting situation in preparation for that. Get some actual studio lights in the craft room. And I might upgrade my camera. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do. Because once this is done, then I'd like to start prepping to go live myself. You know, this will be the first time I'm actually going live on my channel, but like in earnest outside of this special event, to start having guests and stuff, and you know. So I think that might start at the beginning of the year. And I was like, well, if I do that, then maybe I want to get like a nicer camera. I have a good microphone. The microphone that I have sounds really good. On Christiane's live, it sounded good. So maybe I want to upgrade my camera. Maybe I want to get, like I said, some studio lighting. I haven't decided. So anyway, well, we're on the highway now. It gets pretty loud, so I'm going to let you go. We've got about an hour and 15 minutes of driving ahead of us. And then once we get up there, I will show you the outside of the cafe. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Oh, whoops, forgot to mention, sorry. I'm going to be intercutting time-lapse clips of, I guess, Senorita. Yeah, it'll be Senorita. I'll do time-lapse clips of Senorita in here in between our main vlog clips, okay? All right, bye. Okay, just a quick clip. We're just coming through South St. Vrain. I think it's called South St. Vrain Canyon. It's just really pretty. Let's see if I can zoom you in just a little bit more. There we go. Trying to get the little, trying to get the mount from being out of the frame. But yeah, it's just this really pretty canyon, very rocky and mountainous. Let's see if I can tilt you up as we come around here. Yeah. So it's just this really pretty canyon. I keep saying this every time, but I always forget how much I love like exploring this part of the state, or of Colorado, I guess. I usually just go straight west, where like when we went to Silverthorne. That's usually where I'll go, or we've been up to Sugarloaf Mountain now twice. That's Boulder Canyon. This is a little bit further north, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, we are about 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes from the cafe. So I'm just gonna keep moving and grooving. It actually warmed up a little bit. The clouds kind of cleared, at least up here. So we've got direct sunlight, so it's starting to warm things up a little bit. We're a balmy 29 degrees. So when we get up there, I'm gonna let the boy out so he can walk around a little bit, go potty, and then I'll lock him back up so I can get some breakfast, and then we'll be on our way to Estes Park. I think I found a trail that will work. Let's see, we might have some construction up here. Let's see, or some road work, I should say. I think I found a trail that will work sufficiently. I wanted to find one that isn't just a narrow trail. I wanted a trail that had some open space and maybe some open clearings. That way, if it is quiet, then I can try to let Apollo off leash so he can get some runs out of him. Otherwise, it'll be fine. But I found one that looks like it has some fairly flat areas. It's a long one though. It's about 8 miles, so I don't think I'll do the whole thing. But I'll do as much as I can. Oh, it looks like we're going down to 1 lane up here, so I'm gonna let you go. But I'll see you up at the cafe. Okay, bye. Okay, so here we are in Allen's Park. You can see it's just these little mountain houses. There's a little tavern up there, otherwise it's like that and the post office, and that's it. And then here is Meadow Mountain Cafe, just a cute little cafe kind of tucked up here in the mountains. Yeah. So I'm gonna go inside and have a little bite to eat. I am starving. And then we'll keep going. I let Apollo out to go potty, so he's okay. And it's cold, so he shouldn't overheat in the car. All right, let's go inside. Okay, just finished, and now I'm trying to back out. Uh-oh. Hold on. There we go. icy and snowy. I was like, did I just get myself stuck in this restaurant? A little bit. Okay, we're good. So that was, I don't know. The atmosphere is incredible, first of all. It's just that tiny little place. I was the only one in there. It's got a wood burning stove thing in there for heat, and so it smells like wood in there, and you can hear the wood crackling, and the waitress like tossed another log in there when I sat down. And it's just that. Ooh, are those, there was some turkeys over there. So it's just like that, you know, storybook mountain kind of little place. But you know me, I asked for biscuits and gravy. They were out, and so I'm not a fan of when I have my heart set on something and they don't have it. But of course I couldn't just walk, like where am I gonna go? So I got a skillet, a Denver omelet, but it's a skillet version, so they put it with potatoes, and it wasn't good. I didn't like it. I ate about half of it, and then I was like, can I get a box? Knowing that I'm just gonna throw it out, but I didn't want to be rude. So yeah, we just made it out of town. That's it. That was the whole town, just that little street. Back on the kind of highway. Let me stop you and flip you around. I want to show you Long's Peak. Hold on. Okay, so that's, sorry, we're turning away from it, but that's Long's Peak. It's one of the big boys here in Colorado. And then we're just kind of driving through this little area here. So yeah, we're about, we probably have another 30 minutes before we get to the town of Estes Park. I'm just going to show you a couple places. It's not going to be like a full tour of the town. I might drive through the downtown area because that's like the touristy area. And then we're going to stop by the Stanley Hotel, which is the hotel that Stephen King based The Shining off of. So we'll drive by there. I'll take a couple pictures. But I mainly just want to get to this hike because Apollo's been in the car this whole time, other than going out to pee. And so I want to get him some exercise before we have to go back down. So, all right, that's the end of this clip. I'm gonna get into Estes Park and we'll go from there. Okay, bye. Okay, so we are just turning around to go up into the Stanley Hotel. So here it is here with all the red roof buildings. So there's like a number of different buildings, and then we'll kind of drive up to the main hotel. I don't know if I'm gonna get out of the car. I kind of don't feel like it. I want to get on this hike already, and a lot of the stuff in here is like paid. So I don't know if it's going to be paid parking. No, it doesn't look like it. But they opened a Post. That's a chicken restaurant there now. That used to just be like a little dance hall kind of thing. But there's constantly weddings and events going on here. So straight in front of us, what you're seeing right in front of us, that's the main hotel. If I can get a good shot of it, from the street, then I'll snap a photo. But I just don't feel like getting out. The parking lot's packed. It's just such a huge touristy place, and I'm trying to get on this hike because I feel bad for the little Apollo. He's been in the car all day so far. So, but yeah, that's kind of the view from the Stanley. But yeah, I guess I'll go down to this little dirt lot right here, and then you can get a really good view of it. Sorry, humans. Let me go down to this little parking lot down here, because then I can pull around and you'll get a good bird's eye view of it. Ooh. Okay. Sorry everyone. Doing my best here. Zoom in just a touch more so we get that mount out of the way. But here is the hotel. There it is. That's the Stanley Hotel, everyone. Isn't that cool? It's really cool on the inside. Maybe someday I will do a full tour of the actual hotel, but for now, I think what you saw is sufficient. This is supposed to be like a hike and chat, but yeah, this extra parking lot was not here. They made this. This used to be just a little walking area. I think they even had a tennis court out here. Maybe they still do. But as it just gets more and more populated and touristy, they keep adding additional parking spaces. And then, like I said, they turned one of the dance halls or one of the outbuildings into a chicken restaurant. So it's just okay. But yeah, let's see. I'll stick with you as we go through downtown Estes Park. Thank you for visiting the Stanley. You're welcome. One of these days I'll bring you back and do a legitimate tour of it, but I'm just not in a people mood. I'm in a get this boy on a hike mood, and the hike that I selected is not right in town. We're about 15 minutes from the trailhead, so I'm trying to get there as quickly as possible. You can see above the mountains there's some weather that might be it might just be fog, but I just don't want to get stuck up here if it starts to snow or something. But let's see here. Let's get to downtown. But yeah, I love it up here. I used to, back in the day, I guess I haven't done it in a while, but I used to come up here for 4th of July. There's the golf course down here. It's within walking distance to the Stanley, but there's a golf course, and it's against the lake. I don't know if it's just called Estes Park Lake, but on 4th of July at night, they let you onto the golf course, so you can just walk around the golf course. So we used to walk down to the golf course and set up a picnic blanket or whatever and just lay out, and they would launch the fireworks from the opposite side of the lake. So the fireworks went up over the lake, and it was so cool, and you were so close to the fireworks. They were right over your head. It was really cool. So this is downtown Estes Park. So it's just kind of a touristy kind of mountain downtown. During the summer, this road will be jam-packed. It's just traffic. But it's taffy and custard and antiques and knickknacks, and here's a rock store, and there's it's that kind of downtown. So there's all sorts of fun shops and restaurants and all sorts of cool stuff. It's cute. It's not 100% my scene. Once again, I'd rather be doing the hiking, but you can see it's just an old downtown, that they've kept up. There's even a tiny little one screen movie theater as well. I guess we'll keep going straight so I can keep showing you. And then at the end of it, there's a brewery up here. There's also a little place that has slides and go-karts and stuff for the kids. But yeah, there's a year-round Christmas store that we just passed. Mountain gear, a leather shop, an old-timey Western photo booth where they get you all dressed up, and then they have the different backdrops to take pictures of you. It's just that kind of scene. Lots of little jewelry stores. Yeah, it's cute. It's just it's really popular in the summer, and it's just nuts. The parking situation can get really crazy. There was one place, I don't think it's open anymore, but there was a place. There's another Christmas store. There's several year-round Christmas stores. There was a place called I don't remember what it's called, but it was a tiki bar. So now we're kind of headed out of town.
There's some thrift shops. There's some more stuff up here, but that was kind of the main drag. It was a tiki bar, and it was really cool, and their drinks were actually really good. I don't think it's still open anymore. And then there was another place. I'm going to turn here because I don't want to. This is too far. We're going the opposite direction. Actually, it says I can go straight to get to where I want to go. Okay, we could do that. Okay, there was also, interestingly enough, an amazing Korean restaurant up here. And it was family owned and run, and it was so delicious, so good. Very like, it was kind of quick service. Where is it taking me? Oh my gosh, sometimes I feel like Apple Maps takes me to the middle of nowhere. Let me flip you around. Hold on. Okay, hi. Where is Apple Maps taking us, Apollo? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it's just, I don't know what it's doing. But yeah, this Korean restaurant up in the mountains, you wouldn't think it'd be very good, and it was so good. It was fast casual, like you order at the counter and then sit down, but it was kind of like traditional. They had so much good stuff. Their kimchi was amazing. And then I went over there last summer? After a hike, I was like, ooh, I want Korean, and it was closed down. So, but I guess that makes sense. I was surprised that it was up here and like I didn't imagine it would be thriving, you know. But anyway, okay, so we're back over by the Stanley. Yeah, no, those are just Stanley looking houses. We just kind of were looping around behind downtown again, and we're basically just doing a loop. So I'm going to let you go. The next time you see me will be at the trailhead, ideally, and we'll start hiking. I don't know how long we'll go for, but I want to at least get far enough where I feel comfortable letting Apollo off leash for a little bit so he can get some energy out. He's been such a patient little dog. He hasn't freaked out. He hasn't like gotten antsy. He's just been laying back there, so he deserves some runs. So we're gonna give that to him. Yep, there's the Stanley up there. Okay, I know where we are. We just did a little loop. So okay, I'm gonna let you go. We'll see you up at the trailhead. Bye.
Hi. So here we are. So it looks like the road all the way to the trailhead is closed. We're about 3/4 of a mile from like where the trailhead actually starts, but there's another trail right behind us that I think I might just do instead. I didn't look it up. I don't know what it is, but there was a couple that was like, looks like they were getting ready to leave, but they were just kind of milling about. And I was like, I'm gonna wait for them to leave so I can record over there. It looks like they were packing up. But on this side, there's like tons of campgrounds and picnic areas and open space out here. And so it looks like over here, there's like some restrooms and a little, like, you can see this little pavilion here. But it's like, let's just go explore over here. And it says there's some campsites over here, and I don't see any cars over here. So I was like, you know what, let's explore. I might let Apollo off so he can run around in this field or this open space. It looks like at one point there was even like, there's like a little volleyball set up over here too. So it's kind of like a pretty established looking campground. But of course, because yeah, there's some horseshoe pits over here. I think just because we are, you know, so late in the season. I mean, it's not even late in the season. We're out of season completely, but since it's November, there's just like nobody here. But this would be cool to like have a whole family up here, and they've got some grills and little barbecues and horseshoe pits, and
It looks like you can reserve the area for your group. This is pretty neat. I wouldn't mind coming up here in the summer. So yeah, let me flip you around real quick so you can see what I'm seeing. So yeah, there's that little area, and then this is all just kind of open field space. There's a horseshoe pit right here, and it looks like that's where volleyball would be set up. But yeah, this is a cute little area. There was only that couple just left, so you can kind of see my car tucked away back there. But it looks like there's only like 2 other cars besides me up here. So I think I'm gonna let Apollo off and let him run around, and if a ranger gets mad, I'll be like, I'm so sorry. But I think it's fine. I think we'll be okay. It's pretty dead. Okay, I'm gonna let him off so he can run around, and then I'll be back once I figure out which trail we're gonna go on. Okay, bye. Okay, so yeah, this is my get up when I am hiking and it's cold. So yeah, little I could see people walking up and being like, what's this dude's deal? But it's cold, my face is cold. So yeah, it's really pretty. I decided just to go on the trail that's close by, even though I saw that couple walking around the barrier to keep going up the road. I don't want to get in trouble, so I just stopped where the road stopped. There we go. Oh my gosh, and my nose is running. There's this big old field, and I want to let Apollo off, but there were a couple of cars at the parking lot, so I don't want to get myself in trouble once again. I tend to kind of follow instructions, so I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna flip the camera around. I just want to show you some of these aspen stands, but I'm gonna be heavy breathing, so I don't necessarily, I'm not gonna do like a long like hike and like pick a topic kind of thing. I just want to show you some of the scenery. So let me flip this around and I'll show you. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, out of breath. So I'm sure it would look beautiful up here in the fall when the leaves are changing, because there's all these little aspen outcroppings. Want to keep moving? Let's go. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's really pretty. But said it was, this particular trail's 4 miles each, or round trip. 2 up, 2 back. We're probably 3/4 of a mile, maybe a little bit longer. So we might be able to get it all done. I'm not sure when we'll turn back, but yeah, I guess I'll let you go so I can keep huffing and puffing, and maybe we'll see you back in the car. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bye. Okay, we're gonna do another little clip here on the hike. I got to about, like right after I finished filming that, we were about 3/4 of a mile up the trail, and stopped and took a little break and looked at the map, and this is a different trail that intersects it, and this is about a mile, and it goes back down to, I think, that main road from the backside. So we'll get spit out near, I guess it says an equestrian campground, but it's past the area that's locked, so I think it'll be pretty quiet back here. So I was like, let me go this way. I'll let Apollo off his leash. If I do see any humans or anything, I'll snag him. But yeah, and then once I took that last break, my body kind of said it before, but usually the first like you know, a little bit of a trail, usually like the first like 20-30 minutes, I am dying just because my body's kind of getting into like, oh, he's exercising. And then once I kind of crest that, then it's not as bad. Like I'm still breathing heavy, but I'm not like feeling like, okay, we should turn back. So I got over that little mental hurdle and now I'm like, let's go. But as you can see, it is just, it's gorgeous up here. This is the Indian Peaks range, I believe is what it's called. Wilderness area, I think. No, that's not right. That can't be right. I don't know what this is called. But this is called like Hermit Park Open Space, and it's kind of rare, or it's not that easy to find trails up here that are dog friendly, because most of this area is Rocky Mountain National Park. We're kind of hugging the national park right now, and of course animals aren't allowed there. So when I was researching trails, I had to select on all trails dog friendly, otherwise it was just showing me all the national park trails. I was like, those aren't gonna work, I'm not leaving him in the car. So this one popped up, this area popped up, and he is eating the snow, little snow dog. This area popped up and it's quite nice. So this is like a horseback trail / hiking trail. Apollo, come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Oh, good boy. Good boy. He's starting to. His energy levels are, because I had him on the leash the whole time. He was just kind of sniffing and walking along with me, and now that he's free roaming, I can tell his rambunctiousness is coming out. He's getting excited. So yeah, this is about a mile, and then it's probably about a mile and a half up that road back to the car. So in all, we'll be talking about probably about 3 miles-ish total round trip. But this will make it into a loop, so we won't have to double back on our same path, which is like, I don't know why, but that's like one of my things I like when I'm hiking is a loop hike. Like I don't want to see the same stuff twice. So I almost always search for loop hikes. And the one we were on was not a loop. It was like 2 miles up and 2 miles back down the same path. But now with this, we've made it into a loop, I think. Hopefully we don't get lost up here. So yeah. Little buddy, look at him, he's so cute. You see his little, Apollo, come here, come here. You see his little neck piece. He's got a little matching buff neck thing. They make ones specifically for dogs, but that was just one of my extras that I had. So yeah, hoping, well, he's probably gonna go potty out here. I have his bags, but I'm hoping it's not till we get closer to an area with the trash can. Let's go, bud. Oh my gosh. Let's go, buddy. This is really pretty. It's so quiet. So quiet up here and peaceful, and the sky is like cloud-free. It warmed up slightly. It's in the 30s now, but still cold. I've got my coat. I've got all my things on right now. I could probably do without that base layer, but it's nice to have it. This is really pretty. So yeah, we'll just keep moving and grooving. Look at him. Oh, he is going to the bathroom. Crap. Hold on, I've got to go grab that. Yeah, you did that. I have to carry it for a mile. Oh my word. we don't come up on any horses. Although that road to the road to the equestrian whatever was closed. So I'm hoping that we don't run into any animals. Oh man, it is very nice. Well, I guess since I'm gonna have you for a little bit, if we'll talk about all the diamond painting stuff, just diamond painting updates. But then I probably won't do I'll just do a send off once we get back to the car, but I won't do a talk while we're on the road because I'll have spent all my topics. I'll have spent them on this little walk. But yeah, so I'm still working on, of course, Senorita by Jaded Gem Shop. It's going really, really well. Last night was a little bit more slow going. I don't know why, but I was just like moving through that confetti a little bit slower yesterday. So I might try to grab another whip that's more color blocking just to kind of reset. I'm not like disinterested in it, but for whatever reason, it took me a lot longer to get through a few colors. Come on, let's go. Apollo, come on. He's got something in his mouth. Hey, let's go, come on. I don't know what he's got. He just ate something. Hold on. I do not know what he ate, but he ate it. He does typical dog stuff. I act like it's such a shocker, but like he'll stay back behind me, get something in his mouth, and then he'll just stand there until he gets it all down, and then he'll run to me. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know what that is. He acts like he's starved. He just like, all the twigs, all the sticks, all the leaves, it's just the world is his buffet. I'm just like, you're gonna make yourself sick. But I don't know. It's ever since he was a little pup, he's done that. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's like stress or anxiousness. I don't know how to keep him from doing that, but I don't think it's that uncommon. But I feel like he's just like, is constantly sniffing for something that he thinks is edible. I'm just like, you know what? I could try chasing you around all day to try to get you to stop, but Apollo, hop up, hop up, up, go. Oh, he did not. He's going under. Up, let's go. Hey, let's go. Come on, hop up. Oh, he did under. I thought you were gonna jump over it. Okay. All right, what are we talking about? Diamond painting stuff, right? So yeah, I'm not like tired of Senorita by any means. I think I do need a little time for some, hey, let's go. Apollo, come on. Oh my God. Some time for a little color blocking, just to change it up. But it is fun. It's almost like kind of putting together a puzzle, working on like heavy confetti. So it's kind of fun. So yeah, I've got that going, and I'm going to be working on that until I think it's November 25th is when Jingle Drills starts. And then I will be setting that aside so I can start getting Cozy Evening going. And then I'm going to be working on that. And then I forgot that Diamonds in Disney event is coming up with Christiane. I didn't forget, but I guess I just hadn't been like factoring that into my schedule. And so I ordered a kit from Diamond Dots. It's called Stained Glass Stormtrooper. And so that should be here soon, I hope, soon enough. And then I will be working on that alongside Cozy Evening. And I mentioned it in a previous video, but I don't think I have the intention of having Cozy Evening finished by the end of the event. I don't think I can get that entire thing done in a month, plus the stained glass Stormtrooper or whatever. So I think I'm gonna try to focus on getting the stained glass one done, just as it's tiny. I think it's like 30 something by 40 something, or 40 by 40. I honestly don't even know if it qualifies for the event. It might be too small. So I might not enter the event. I might just be working on a kit in solidarity to Christiane, but I don't know how big it is. I'll have to double check. And I don't know if she has a size limit. There's lots of things I need to figure out for that event. But I'll do that for that. And then cozy evening until basically Christmas. And then I can switch back to Senorita. I'm sure I'll work on Senorita here and there during that month. But yeah, I'm trying to get like quote unquote as much of it done as possible before Thanksgiving. Because it's going to get set aside for the most part. So, whew. All right, we're getting some hills again. We're getting some hills, and it's a little slick, so just bear with me. So yeah, that's kind of what I have coming up, and pretty much until the end of the year is try to get as much of Senorita done as possible, get Stained Glass Stormtrooper done, and then try to get Cozy Evening done. So if I could get 2 more finishes done this year, that would be awesome. Cozy Evening, I'm just gonna have to really hunker down if I do want to try to get it done, but we'll see. Oh wow, this is so freaking pretty. What do you think? What do you think, baby? Do you like this? I've never been up here before, so this is really cool. Whew. So, outside of that, I've got, still got Crimson Oracle by Craftably. I think the artist is Wormtail. I still have that sitting around. Ooh, I forgot to mention, and this is a good reminder for me, I need to do this today. I was reached out to, someone that watches my videos. I think her name is Sean. Hi, Sean, if you're watching. She reached out to me and was like, hey, I watched your Craftably mystery kit unboxing, and that's a bummer that you got 2 duplicate kits. I got another one from Wormtail called, I think it's Ronin Rising, I think. And I'm not a big fan of it, but I have really wanted Sunset Crossing, and that's one that I have 2 of. Would you be willing to trade? And I was like, absolutely tootly. And so we talked about that, and then she sent me photos of all the other kits that she had received in her Craftably mystery box. She's like, these other ones I'm also willing to part with. I'm not partial to like really any of them. And there was one called Johnson's Mill, which is a relatively small landscape. I thought it was cute. It does give me kind of that Chuck Pinson, Abraham Anderson, Thomas Kincaid kind of vibe, but not really. But I liked it because it was smaller. It seemed more manageable. It's not like a massive kit. So I was like, I wouldn't mind giving that one a shot. Maybe to give to somebody, or, you know, that kind of thing. It's like, it's kind of cute. It's like a little mill and there's like a river going by it. It gives me Colorado vibes. So I was like, yeah, how much do you want for that one? And I guess, you know, I would just Venmo or PayPal, I'm not sure. And she was like, actually, I would be willing to trade that one for the Jasmine Beckett Griffith one that you got. I don't even remember the name of it. It was like Windswept. I think it's called Windswept. And I was like, perfect. I didn't really have any interest in doing that one, to be honest. So I have it all packed up. I took it to UPS on, gosh, was that Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday, I think, yeah. And what gave them the address, and Sean had accidentally given me the wrong zip code, so the guy's like, this address doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. And I was like, what? And so I was like, okay, I can't figure this out now. I'm just gonna leave. So I left the UPS store and messaged her and was like, hey, this is what you gave me as your zip code. Could it possibly be this? Because I Googled the rest of the address and it was like one number off from what Google gave me. And so she confirmed that, yes, it was incorrect. I got, those two numbers were mixed up. So I just need to take it back to the UPS store and give it another go. But I want to do that today because I believe she sent mine out today as well. So I don't want to be behind. So yeah. Oh, this is so cool. There's lots of little rocky outcroppings and bits and bobs. Apollo, come here, Bubba. Come here. Oh, good boy. Yes. Thank you. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. You're a good boy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having 2 kits that I would actually do in place of, well, I have 3. I had 3 out of those 4 that I wouldn't do. Just because 2 of them I already had. And although that Jasmine Beckett Griffith, that was an image of hers that I was, I didn't mind as compared to some of her other ones, because I liked the kind of steampunky vibes that it was giving me. But honestly, I don't know when I would have ever gotten to that. So the only one out of that set that that I actually am like excited to do is another Wormtail one. I think it was called like Mittens Destroyer of Worlds, I think is what it was called. That one I was like excited that I got that, but the other 3 were just kind of like what. So, and then the more I thought about it, I was thinking about all the other stuff that came in those, like the little keychains and the wooden tray organizer and the light up pens and all that stuff, and the tips and everything. I guess if I was a newer diamond painter, that's a great like get you started setup. There's lots of like small projects so you can kind of practice your technique on, and pens and all sorts of stuff that you could use. But for me, I didn't really see any value personally in a lot of the fluff stuff that wasn't the kits. Here he goes. I mean, it's cool and everything, but I think for me going forward, I'm gonna stick to like mystery sets, maybe from accessory specific companies, or companies that I know are just doing like mostly, it's almost all diamond painting. Like the Diamond Art Club one, you got the candle, but everything else was kits, and you got 6. And that wasn't that 250, I think? And this Craftably one was 2 fewer kits for the same price, but then a lot of like knick-knack kind of stuff that I'm not particularly interested in. And then I was like, ooh, this will be great for giveaways if I ever do an event. And then I'm like, do I really want to pay more shipping to ship like a keychain to somebody? I don't know. I kept like pouring it over in my head of like, would I order this again? Did I see value out of this? And I think the answer for me is like, not that one. I've seen some unboxings of the $100 ones, and I'm like, that actually, I would be like, I would have been happier with one of those, I think, as far as like what you get. Because some of those had like maybe some more useful stuff to me, like one of those drill vacuums. That would be really cool to have. And like, somebody else opened one and it had a gift card in it, and I was like, what the heck? So the $250 one, I'm just kind of like, it felt like there was, I don't know. I am enjoying working on my Craftably kits, and I know a lot of people are like diehard Craftably fans, so I don't want to like say anything out of turn. I think they're a great company. Their customer service, at least for me so far, has been incredible, and they responded to one of my unboxings. But yeah, that mystery box just wasn't my bag. So I think what I'm gonna probably do is, if I have any friends or family that are like, oh, I wouldn't mind trying diamond painting or that kind of thing, then I'll just give them one of those small special projects to work on to see if they like it, and then go from there. And I'll just hold on to them. But I just see them in my closet. I'm like, I don't know. I don't see the value. It's personally. I would have rather said, keep all that stuff, give me another kit. Let's see. Just making sure I don't hear any people approaching. No, we're good. Ooh, the hike that we were gonna go on was rated as moderate. I'd call this easy to moderate. There's some little hills and stuff that you have to navigate. But anyway, so I've got Crimson Oracle. I think I'm only one section into that. And then I have Del Sol, which is from Mystical Diamond Art, and I think the artist was Andy Russell. I'm only one section into that one too. It's cute, but it's not my favorite kit. It's cute. I think it'll be a good one if I do start going to craft fairs or art fairs and selling finished diamond paintings. I think that's one that would sell well. It's just not something I would necessarily hang up. And sell well as in if people are even interested in buying completed diamond paintings, but it's just one of those like kind of classic like ocean scenes, you know, or beach scenes. Apollo, come here, Papa. Come here, baby. Good boy. Yes. Oh, yes. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. Good. Come back to me. You did great. We might, once we get to, said this was only a mile, so we'll see what happens, but when we get back to the equestrian campground, or when we get down there, I think we're going to take a little water break and get him some FOOD. So, you haven't had water yet today, huh? Well, I mean, not since we got in the car. I mean, he had water this morning, but he could probably use a drink. Maybe I'll stop sooner than that. Now that I think about it, it's been like 3 hours that we've been bopping around, and he hasn't had any water, so that's not good. Actually, I'm gonna stop right now. Hold on. Okay, we ended up doing half of our lunch break. He gets so distracted when we're out here that when I go to put water down, he just like will take one lap of it and he's like, okay, done, let's go, let's keep moving. Like, you need to hydrate. So my trick the past few hikes, I don't know what he's eating. I'm gonna stop stressing about it. He's just gonna eat all the twigs. Which, speaking of, he just had a big old bowl of food, and what I do is I pour the food in with the water, so he has to kind of like drink and eat. That's what I do at home too, to wet his, I don't know what he's gnawing on right now, but whatever. Apollo, why are you being gross? Yeah, so it's what I do at home too, is I usually put some water or bone broth in his bowl with his dry food, so it softens up a little bit. So it's not anything different, but I usually put a little bit more water when we're out hiking, because I'm like, you gotta hydrate, dude. You can't just get that distracted. And the only thing that keeps him engaged when we're on a hike is food. So yeah, he had a bowl of water with half of his usual serving of food. So he did good, but apparently it didn't satiate him, because now he's eating. I don't know what he ate, but he's gonna get a breath freshening teeth bone when we get home, because who knows what he's getting into. So yeah, this is a pretty cool little hike. It's just kind of following the ridgeline here, and it is a little bit colder because it's been in the shade most of the time, but that's okay. I just have to be careful because it does get slick in spots. So yeah, we were talking about Del Sol. I'll get to it eventually. The bottom area where the flowers and stuff are is a lot more confetti than I was thinking, because that was a kit that I kitted up because I was like, oh, this will be a color blocking dream because it's just like a lot of ocean blue and sky blue. I was like, this will be easy peasy. I'll throw this together. But that first section took me a little bit just because it's pretty confetti heavy. So it's just kind of sitting in the back burner. It's nothing that I'm like dying to get to by any means. So I probably won't pick that back up until next year. The same with Crimson Oracle. I won't get back to that one till January. And then what else? Oh, I have Star Maker. I'm a pretty decent way, like I'm a quarter of the way done with that kit. So I pressed pause because I was moving through it really fast. And I was like, I still haven't even posted my start photo of this. Oh, here he goes. He thinks we're playing now. He thinks we're playing now, which probably means he's going to try to do keep away from me when I try to get close to him. So I'm just going to be cool. I'll calm down. Let's go. Come on. Come on, little snow bunny. So yeah, I was really just like loving working on Star Maker, and I just was like going and going. I was like, hold on. And I did take a start photo. I just haven't put it up yet because it's not like an official, like, it's not my main squeeze. So, but I was like, I can't put the start photo and then be like, all right, it's done, you know? So, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just set that aside for now. I'll get to it when it's, you know, when I'm ready, which will probably be once again next year. So I've got all those whips going. So Senorita, Crimson Oracle, Del Sol, did I say, oh yeah, Star Maker, and then I think that's it. Is that it? I guess so. I don't know. I always forget. I always go to recite them again when I'm all done, and it's like I forget which ones they are. Oop, we are at a crossroads here. Let me figure out which way we need to go. Let's take a look here. Okay, so we are here, and if we go straight where Apollo is, come over here. Then we will be following this all the way around and down, which is a total of, looks like 1.4 and 1.1. So another 2.5 miles if we went that way. I don't want to do that. That would be way too long. So where we were, this is where I'm parked. We went all the way up here. Oh, it's only 0.4 miles up to here. And then we've been hiking all the way down to here. That's what we've done so far. But I'm going to go ahead and take this turn, which is going to be 0.3 miles to this Kruger Equestrian Campground. And then I'll have to walk the road back to the car. So we kind of did this. We're going to do this loop. So, yeah. I mean, I guess if I gotten here earlier, we could have done this whole thing. That would have been cool, but I'm ready. I'm ready. We've done enough. So total, we've only done 1.4 miles, and then this will be 1.7, and then I'm going to say this is about probably half a mile. So it's not too bad. We've only done a couple mile hike today, so not too bad. I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good? I think you might be jazzed right now. A little too jazzed. Probably have to clip him up once we get back to the equestrian campground. But I'm going to have to come back up here. Oh, look, he's got a stick. He's got a stick. What is that? Don't eat it. Just carry it. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry. I don't want him to eat an entire stick. I'm not going to let that happen. He doesn't just carry them. He flips them up on their end and just bites a big old chunk off of them. I'm like, how does your stomach process that? And I'm like, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're going to have a bowel obstruction that I'm going to have to deal with. Well, it's kind of hard to tell what the trail is over here. I'm guessing it's this. Let's see. Yeah, good. Wow, so pretty. So yeah, that's kind of my whip situation. I know I recite them over and over again, and I will continue to do so because a lot of them just aren't going to be done for a while. But things will change up here in a few weeks when Cozy Evening's kitted up. So we've got that. Um, yeah, so that's, I haven't put any drills on it, so I guess that's why I'm not considering it a whip. And it won't be until the 25th, I think. So, yeah, just lots of kits. But hopefully, Senorita is just gonna be something that I'm working on for a long time. So right now the plan is it is my main squeeze, and then the only thing that will interrupt it is stuff for events. I don't know if that will be the plan forever, only because I could be working on that thing for a really, really long time. When I'm moving quickly through it, like certain sections that have a little bit more of the same color, I feel confident, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get half of this kit done by Thanksgiving, and it'll be halfway done, and then when I pick it back up after jingle drills, then I'll be able to really move through it. But then nights like yesterday where that confetti just really really took a toll on me, and I was going really slow. I'm like, geez, I'm not gonna get through this until the end of next year. I just get I let my, not discouragement, but just the pace kind of sets my mood. So hopefully I get back to a spot where I'm just like, whoa, look at me go. But right now I'm like, ugh. And it's fun to work on. It's big. It's a big canvas, and it's gonna take a long time. So we'll see. I don't know. There might come a day where I'm like, yep, you're going back in the back burner. I'll pick you up when I get a couple a couple other kits under my belt, So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to give it up though. I want to do Jade proud, and I don't want to let it go on too long. And I don't want her to feel like, oh, my kits are just too much for people, because they're not. And I picked that size. So she has she just put, not just, but maybe within the past week or so, put Last Supper up. And that one is Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. And that one comes in either the full size or the cropped size. And one of the crops is 60 by 280 centimeters. That's right, 60 by 280. So twice as long, plus a little bit, as Where the Fun Never Ends, and a little bit wider. So twice as long as Where the Fun Never Ends, and a little bit wider. And I'm just like, do I get it just to say that I have it? But God, I don't even know when I would ever be able to do that. I mean, that is huge. But could you imagine how cool that's gonna look once it's all done? The Last Supper in that size. It would take up you could frame it and do an entire wall. It would look so cool. I would be very curious as to who I would give it to, or if I would keep it for myself. I mean, I don't necessarily consider myself a religious person, but I feel like that's one of those pieces that's just it's just beautiful from an artwork standpoint, regardless of what your, affiliation is or no affiliation. It's just a beautiful piece of artwork. But I feel like if I hang it and then I have people over there like, whoa, he is super Catholic probably. No, I just like it, and it was a challenge to work on what seems to be one of the biggest pre-made canvases in any shop anywhere that I know of. I haven't heard of something breaking the 200 centimeter, let alone coming up on 300 centimeters. I honestly, okay. See, right, in these areas where the trail just kind of peters out, but you can see it kicks back up right there. So, Apollo, please stop eating stuff. I'd really like it if he stopped. Let's go. He knows that he's being bad too. That's why he's doing the keep away thing. Let's go. Hey, Apollo, let's go. Come on. Come on. Monster. Absolute monster. So yeah, I might get it. That'd be a fitting Christmas gift to get myself, would be the last. Actually, no, it should be an Easter gift. I might get it just to say I have it. And it could be just something I work on. Who knows? I was even thinking, like, I wonder if one year, maybe like 2024, I could be like, all right, my main squeeze, I'm doing one kit the entire year. Like, I'm just gonna work on this one kit starting on January 1st. I'm not gonna touch anything else other than this one, and we'll see how long it takes me. But I could also see myself getting really taxed or bored by that, because it's not like that color palette is going to be super duper exciting. You know, it's pretty muted tones. I think we're back. This looks like something. I think we're back at the equestrian center. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a road. Apollo, come here, Bubba. Let's go. Come here. Okay, hold on. Hi. Hi, friend. Okay, the wind's picking up a little bit. I tried to put Apollo on a shorter leash just because when we were next to the equestrian area, there was so much horse manure and just lots of stuff around, and he was just like, and eat this, and eat this, and I was like, gross. So I tried to put him on a shorter leash, but my hands were too cold and the knots on my leash are too tight, so I couldn't really get them undone, and I was just getting frustrated. I'm like, why are you sitting here out in the cold, in the wind, cursing at this dog leash? Just get out of this area and he'll be okay. So that's what we did. We just skedaddled out of that equestrian campground, and now we're on the road back to the parking lot. But look at how just like open. There he is eating something. Hey, come on, dude. Let's go. Come on. Stop, please. You're being gross. You're being such a dog. But, yeah, I think I see where the cars are. So, once we get back over there, we can get out of here. I still have more to talk about as far as kids go, so you're not done with me yet. We'll have a little chat in the car. It's a dirt road up here, so I might wait till we get back to the main road, but, well, you know, we can finish it. Let me lock him up first. Apollo, come here, Bubba. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, little poop mouth. Come here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Let's go. Let's go. Come here. Good boy. Good listen. Good listen. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna brush his teeth when we get home. I'm gonna give him a little breath freshy, because I'm a little grossed out right now about what he's gotten himself into. Anyway, so yeah, that Last Supper kit, I think it'd be cool, bragging rights to say you've got one. You're working on a kit that's like just so big, but I mean, is that, at that point, is that just like very impractical, or is it like, it's one of those kits that would, I'd assume, take years to complete. And then what else? It's probably a little windy. I'm sorry if it's like, I bet you it's too windy. Let me stop you because of the wind. I'm sorry to keep cutting you in and out, but let's get in the car. We'll get in the car. Hold on. Okay, my hair is gonna be a mess, but get ready. Oh my goodness. Hi, I need to shave. It's okay. Oh, we're back in the car. Time to go. Did I just do that wrong? I just did that wrong. We're really gonna have to make a little loop-de-loop here. I only saw the two people leaving when we got here, and then right as I was coming around this last little bend to come up to the parking lot, there was another couple. So technically 0 people on that entire hike. Just at the parking lot is when I saw people. So yeah, a nice quiet little hike. What else was I gonna say about kits and stuff? That's not too much. I have my cross stitch conversion project on order from Jade. I don't know what all you will have seen by the time this goes up as far as unboxings, but I have a kit from Enabler's Outpost. Ooh, that's gonna shake. Dang it. A kit from Enabler's Outpost coming, as well as a pen, my first Enabler's Outpost pen. I've got a couple kits from Lazy River Wood Churning coming. I filmed an unboxing. I haven't edited it. I haven't done the editing, and I don't know when it'll go up, but I have 2 kits from Mooney Made that got here. I kind of was like, I'm gonna finish off the year by picking up some diamond paintings from some smaller businesses or small shops that either have been doing diamond paintings for a while or have recently launched them, and that'll kind of be my last hurrah. And then Black Friday sale. And then, like I said in a previous video, I kind of want to take a little bit of break from buying more kits because I've got way too many as it is. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Geez, I don't want to cut you off yet again, but we're on the dirt road and it's super duper bumpy, and I don't want to let you go yet. So let me get down to the paved road and then we'll keep talking. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, we're back. We're down from the dirt road. I'm just trying to get on the highway now, and then we're gonna make our way back down into the city. But yeah, I think I can sneak around this. This RAV4 is trying to go the other way, so he needs to cross both lanes of traffic. I only need to cross one, so excuse me. I'm sorry. Pardon. Okay. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so we're back. We're back on paved land, and we're gonna head home. Apollo immediately, well, now that I said his name, but he plopped down. He just flopped down onto the seat when we got in here. Usually he'll sit for a little bit while I get settled and I give him we do our high five, but he just went plunk. So, I mean, that wasn't a long hike. It was only, I think when we did all the math, it was only a couple of miles, but it seemed to do the trick for him. It's also really cold, so I wonder if it takes more energy for him when he runs around and stuff. I mean, he's got a lot of fur, but I don't know. He seems tired, and that's all that matters. So, but gosh, what else are we talking about? Oh, so cross-stitch conversion. I have that coming from Jaded Gem Shop, and I really don't know. I don't really know the process. I kind of pieced it together on my own, and I have tried to watch a couple of videos of people doing their cross-stitch conversions and how they do it, but because I've never done cross-stitch, I feel like maybe for some content creators that talk about cross-stitch conversions, they might assume that crafters have also done cross-stitch. I'm not sure. A lot of people will talk about where they source their drills and their canvases and all of that stuff, but then I'm like, okay, but how do I read a cross-stitch pattern, and how do I I know you're supposed to use Pattern Keeper, I think, and then you upload the PDF, all this stuff. No, haven't seen a video, or maybe you can point me in that direction of someone showing Okay, so I just purchased the cross stitch pattern off of Heaven and Earth Designs. That's not where I got mine. I got mine from I think it's like Cross Stitch Collectibles, XS Collectibles, I think is where I got mine. So I'm like, okay, I'm assuming I have to purchase the pattern from them because all I did was send the link to Jade and she's going to put together the drill list and everything and send me the canvas and the drills. So I'm like, okay, so I go on Cross Stitch Collectibles, I purchase the PDF, download it, I guess, to my computer, or I don't know how I get it from Cross Stitch Collectibles to Pattern Keeper. And I know that, from what I understand, Pattern Keeper is an app that's only available on Android. So then I'm like, okay, I have an iPad, so I think I have to go buy and I have an iPhone. I don't have any Android devices, so I'm like, okay, I think I have to go buy a tablet, but I got to go buy a tablet. Fine. And then buy the tablet and then download Pattern Keeper, and then I guess do I send the PDF to the tablet, then upload it? See, that all this stuff is very strange. And then I was looking at tablets because I figured I would have to get one. And the Amazon Fire tablets are pretty cheap. And I heard Katie over at Diamonds and Moss, she mentioned that she was able to get Pattern Keeper onto her Fire tablet, but she didn't go over like the exact steps of how that works. She just said you have to do a couple things, but didn't go into detail. And then I looked it up, and it seems like it's more than like it was like, go into here and here's these settings. Then you need to go to this website and download this to unlock this, which makes it open for Google Play. It was just like a lot of downloading files, and don't make sure to use a trusted site. And it's like, oh, this seems virusy. I don't know. So I was looking at tablets that actually run Android like native. I mean, you can have access to the Google Play Store. So I was looking at some Samsung tablets that weren't that expensive, but I'm like, do I get it now or do I wait for Black Friday? But do I want to be that kind of, I don't know if I want to be a Black Friday shopper where I'm like, knocking kids over with my cart at Best Buy trying to get a cheap tablet. Like, I don't know if I want to deal with that stress. I guess I could just do it online. I don't know. When it comes to stuff like that, and maybe I do need to be better about this, but when it comes to like steals and deals, like if one is presented to me when I want the thing, then that's great. But I'm usually not one to like wait. Like right now I'm like, should I just go to Best Buy and just get a cheapy tablet? Like, what's the big deal? So I'm like, maybe I'll just do it. But then of course Black Friday is going to come around and be like, that tablet that you got for $100, it was 60 cents on Black Friday. So look at you. Aren't you smart? So I just need to be patient. And also it's not like I don't have the stuff. Like, it's going to be probably until December when I get all that stuff from Jade. So it's like, why do I feel I'm just that person? Like, I have an idea in my head. I'm like, I want to do this cross-stitch conversion. I want the tablet. I need the Pattern Keeper app downloaded. I need all the stuff. And then when the drills get here, I'll be ready. So I might do it on Black Friday. I'll get it on Black Friday because I don't think I'll have the drills and stuff yet. So that'll still give me time to mess with it and figure out how it works, because I've never messed with Pattern Keeper before. I know nothing of it. So if anyone has a video of like how do you use Pattern Keeper is really what I need. I don't need the where to buy the drills and all that stuff. I have that set. I need to figure out, okay, you've got everything in front of you. You've got your canvas. You've got your drills all kitted up. You're ready to start placing. Now what? That's what I need. So, but I'm very excited for that project. I did cave. I told myself no more Diamond Art Club till Black Friday, but I have 2 kits. I've mentioned it before that were on my wish list. That if they came in, I was gonna get them. And one of them was Sitara by Micah Jelena, because I have Polani and I want to have the pair. But that had been out forever. Like, it's been out of stock since I saw the kit, which was like towards, no, it was like April or May. Well, they didn't send me any sort of alert, as they say that they're gonna do when you say email me. That is such a, I don't trust that. Like, it doesn't let you know all the time when things are back in stock. But I just randomly check that and Petals Fall are the two that I'm stocking. And lo and behold, a couple of days ago, I searched Sitara just to see, and it was in stock. I was like, holy, what? So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed Majestic Ship. I just thought that was a really cool kit. So I got both of those, but I'm done, seriously. Unless Petals Fall comes out, then that's it. Unless there's an Ivy Dolomore or something that gets announced. Ivy Dolomore and Yume Art, those are my two that I love. So unless those come out, then I can't. I just can't justify getting kits that I think look cute in the moment, because I just have too many. And now that I'm like working through Senorita, I'm just like, it's gonna take me years. If I was to try to get all these kits done, it would take me years to finish them. So I need to chill out. I am getting faster, but not that fast. But Majestic Ship is a big one too. But that I forget. I saw someone finish it recently. It was a recent finish. I forget who finished it, but that rendering is just like, it's stunning. The rendering is stunning. I can't wait to work on that. I wonder if there would be an event that would justify me getting Majestic Ship out. I don't know. Maybe I'll do an event where it's like at sea, or I don't know, where anything involving like the sea or the ocean. It's like an ocean themed event. I don't know. I have a few ideas for events. One of them was, I was calling the Ivy Dolomore more event. But Knox over at Punks and Crafts, I guess they're doing an event next year called, I think it's called like Icy, and it's Ivy Dolomore, somebody else, and Yume Art for that event. So I'm like, well, that one's gone. And then Yume Art would also be someone I would do an event for, but that's part of that event. So I've got to think of something else. I don't know. A couple of people have thrown ideas my way of like, we should do an event like this. I'm like, oh yeah, that would be cool, but I haven't committed to anything. But maybe I'll do an oceans event. Maybe. I don't know. I also wanted to do like a like, I thought it'd be cool to do a Henry Clive event. That's the artist for Senorita, or like a Roaring Twenties event. I don't know. I'm tossing around a few different ideas, but it won't happen until some point next year. I don't know when. But yeah. So what else? What else is going on? I think that's it. Oh, I did an unboxing. It should be out. Like I said, I've got so many videos sitting on this phone. That's all I'm gonna do when I get home, is just upload, edit, edit, upload, just get it all off my phone and get it posted, because I start to lose track of what I've talked about and what I haven't talked about, and like, there's a chance that one of the things I mentioned on this video or on this vlog, like, you might not have seen yet because none of that's scheduled out. And I need to start putting it on my calendar. I think I'm going to start a Google Calendar that is just a mimic of what is on my YouTube schedule, because then I can pull that up and like when I'm on a vlog, or pull it up to like, just to make sure that I'm not like speaking out of turn as far as like timing goes. That way I know what's coming up, because now that I've been doing stuff so like, not so far in advance, but in advance, it just, I don't know. If you do videos or anything like that, do you run into that situation where you're just like, when will this go up? where am I in my timeline? It all just kind of blurs together. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to talk. No one's called me out and been like, actually, that didn't happen yet. or actually, that already happened and you're talking about it as if it's in the future. No one said anything. So I think I'm just in my own head about it. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I have. Oh, I forgot. I was alluding to this. So I placed a pretty big order pretty big for me, I guess, from Randa's Crafty Corner. She's a local Coloradoan and she does cover minders and putties and waxes and candles now, all sorts of fun stuff. And so I placed an order. I did 2 putties, 2 of her regular waxes, 2 hard and sticky waxes, 2 washi tapes, and a cover minder. And that was it. And her putty is amazing. I had been using it the past couple of days, and I can get through pretty much a full section without needing to poke some more putty out of the little square. I really like it. I got the scents that I got were I don't remember. Oh no. I think one's called Tahitian Woods or something like that. And then the other one is a sweet one. I keep wanting to say the word snickerdoodle, but that's not. That's the Enabler's Outpost chit. I don't remember what the scent is, but it's a sweet scent. What is that? I don't know. It's a sweet scent. I'm sorry, Randa. It's like a sweeter, like kind of, I want to say like bakery. Oh, cheesecake and berries. It's so good. So good. So I have been using that, but then I tried the waxes, and I'll mention this the next time I break them out, like I'll do them with a whip and chat. The waxes, the scents really didn't jump out to me, as I didn't like them as much as the putties. And then the regular wax went into the pen just fine. It was just fine. But I noticed a lot of residue on my drills, which is typical for waxes. You're going to have a little bit of residue. And a lot of people say, like, oh, get some sacrifice drills and do that. Well, I tend to use my wax in my 4-placer is where I'll put waxes. And then I put the putties or that lady. Oh my gosh. Those are moments where I want to flip around and say something. This lady had her dog. She was on the phone or texting or something, had her dog. And keep in mind, this is a highway, and she was crossing the highway. The dog took off, but it's on one of those retractable leashes, and she wasn't paying attention or didn't have the reaction time enough. And so the dog just ran right out into the highway. Luckily, there wasn't any cars, but she pressed the thing, and then the dog, jerks back because that's people's reaction, is to press that button and break their dog's necks. And then she's running after the dog, and there's semis and stuff on the highway. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, the only couple of times that I have went a little crazy is when I saw one guy was running. This was years ago. He was jogging with his dog, and you could tell he was trying to put on a big look at how fit and great I look. He had the whole outfit, super tight, everything, all the running gear and stuff, and was really trying to put a big show on of how good he is at running, I guess. And his dog kind of crossed in front of him and kind of tripped him up a little bit, and he yanked on this dog harder than I've ever seen. And he wasn't on a harness, it was just his neck, and you could just see his whole neck kind of snap back, and you could see the guy, I couldn't hear, but you could see the guy just either cursing at the dog or yelling at him, because the dog ruined his whole look, And so I flipped around and followed that guy back into his neighborhood, and I did what I had to do. He's still alive, but I cursed that man out pretty severely. you don't do stuff to dogs in front of me, because I'll get you. I'll get you. But yeah, that's happened a couple of times. That was the most severe. The other time, I forget what it was. I just said something kind of snarky under my breath when someone was being really mean to their dog. And it's just like, now that I'm a dog owner, I understand the frustration. And Apollo's definitely gotten me to those points before where I just want to, like, I want to be, like, angry at him as though he knows. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between scolding in a training way and just being mad. And you can't be mad like that. Those are emotions that aren't going to resonate with a dog other than for them to be scared of you or be defensive towards you. Like, and I struggle with that for sure, because I'm an emotional person and I get frustrated and I'm like, dude, just get away from me. Like, sometimes he's just so relentless with, like, and it's not even maybe that he wants to play or wants attention. He just, like, he's just testing, the, like, superior, like, who's the top dog, and, like, just pushing my buttons, or, like, I'll be walking through the room and he either wants something or just wants to, like, show dominance, and he'll just, like, nip me, like, right on the back of my thigh. And my instinct is to turn around and be like, ah, but I have to just be like, hey, sorry, no, not right now. Like, I have to try to make it a teachable moment and not let my emotions get to me. But when I see other people just so unhinged towards their animals, I'm just like, I'm gonna hit you with my car now and take your dog. Not kidding. Anyway, so he's holding my hand right now. I love him. Little boy. Oh boy. What the heck were we talking about? Oh, why did I get from... Oh, because that lady behind us. Okay, so Randa's Crafty Corner, ordered all that stuff. I haven't used the washi tape, so I can't speak to that. The cover minder looks just fine. But the regular wax, and I'll say that I already said this, the putty is fantastic. The regular wax, they say to use a sacrificial drill, but since I use it in my multi-placer, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to have 4 sacrificial drills and, like, pry them all off? So here's a little trick that, and I'll do it on my next whip and chat if I remember, a little trick I have, because the reason why you want to get those sacrificial drills is to, like, push out the excess wax and create, like, a little home for the diamond to rest into, like a little groove. So you want to create that and then start diamond painting in earnest. So what I do is I'll take a piece of double-sided release paper and put it over a finished section of the canvas, and then press my drill pen, my 4-placer, into that. So it's still creating the divots because I'm pressing into the drills, but because there's that double-sided release paper in between, I'm not making a mess. It's just getting on the double-sided release paper, and I still get to create those divots. It's not perfect, but it really speeds up the process of having a bunch of messy drills, typically. But with Randa's wax, I was just getting way more residue. They usually say, oh, you place like 10, 15 drills or so, and it kind of goes away. I probably placed like 100 or so drills, and all of them just had wax all over them. And it actually seemed to get a little bit worse as I went. Like, it started to get kind of flaky somehow. And we live in the same climate, so I don't think that, I don't think that's the cause, is like, oh, you live in an area that I wasn't, we weren't anticipating someone using it, like, or anything like that. It just, and it's happened with, like, I tried the Swax wax. It didn't really do it for me. The only wax that I don't really have that issue with is the super sticky patty wax. That one, I can do, like, that sacrificial drill thing for a few drills, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. The only thing is it's sticky, enough that certain canvases, I can't get the drills to come off. So I don't use it all the time, but if I do if I do use a wax, or so far, that's the one that has worked for me, is the super sticky. The regular wax is okay too, but I almost use that more I like the scents. So, sorry, when you come around these curves, these tight mountain curves, my sensor on my car, when there's a car coming towards us on a curve, it thinks that we're head on. So it's like, you're about to crash, but it's just because angles, I guess. So what was I going to say? Oh, so yeah, I like the regular patty wax as well, but I use that more sparingly because, once again, it depends on a lot of different stuff, but I do get a little bit of residue with that. And I've just gotten to the point now where, so I'll finish with that. So the regular wax from Randa's Crafty Corner, it was just a little too residuey for me. And then the hard and sticky wax, I'm going to try it again, but put it in the freezer. But once again, it's not like my house is super hot or anything like that. It didn't get mailed across the country. It got mailed literally 20 minutes away. So the hard and sticky was anything but. It almost came out of the tin like a thick Vaseline. There was it was kind of gloopy. I don't know how to describe it, but it wasn't solid. It was not a solid wax, and you'd think it would be. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. It's almost like a jelly, kind of. It's like, that's different. And I picked up my first set of drills and placed them, and as I pulled them off the canvas, it just went, like, the drills had these, like, little whipped cream, little tops of whatever, that wax. It literally, like, pulled, like, sticking up off of the drill, like meringue, it just went, and I was like, seriously, I'm sorry, car, jeez. I was like, this isn't right. So I haven't tried the other scent. I'll try that today, because I was like, maybe it was a batch issue, or maybe this is how it's supposed to be. I don't know how you would diamond paint with that. And then I went, how like sometimes with residue of normal wax, you can polish it away. I went to go polish this, and it just went like I said, it reminds me of Vaseline, is like the consistency of it. So I don't know if that's intentional, if I screwed something up somehow. I loaded it up just like it said on the instruction sheet. It was just, I don't know. So like I said, I don't know if it was a batch issue, if this just was off, I don't know. I'll try the other scent, but it was not hard and sticky. When I dug it out of the thing, it just kind of scooped, and I had to really wipe off my floor placer. I was like, oh, this is weird. So I'll show it in person, I guess. No, because that's the thing, is I'm not trying to call out a shop, and I feel like showing it, being like, look everyone, look how this doesn't work. That's not cool. But I also feel like part of trying these products is to share my experience, and that wasn't a good one. So I don't know. I will try again. I'm going to try putting them in the freezer and then using them. I don't know. Because then I'm like, well, it's going to warm up once I start working with it. Maybe you're just supposed to, you have a walk-in freezer and you go in there to diamond paint. I don't know. But the putty was fantastic. In fact, so much so that I'm going to go back and place another order, because she also has candles, and maybe the diamond painting wax doesn't work for me, but maybe I can try her candles, and then, that'll give me a couple more things to pick up when I'm there. I was hoping that she restocks the wood wick candles, but I'm not dead set on the wood wick of it all. It can just be a regular candle. So I'm going to go on there and see what she's got left in stock. But that putty, the scent is not overpowering, but enough that you can smell it. well, a little bit while you're diamond painting, but especially if you have the putty out, just sitting out next to you, which I typically do. Any wax or putty I'm using, I'll have it sitting next to me, um, so I can smell it while I'm working on the kit. Sorry, I'm just gonna hit home. Beautiful. Okay, great. Because I also need to stop at the UPS store on the way home and get Sean her kits out to her. So we're back. We're back in, this is Lyons, Colorado. So it's right here on the foothills. It's kind of the, at least on this highway, the last town before you really head up into the mountains. This is still considered a mountain town, but it's more mountain presenting than it is like in the mountains. And then if you go straight down this highway, you run into Longmont, Colorado, and then you keep going down and you run into Platteville, Colorado, and that's where I grew up as a child. So I'm no stranger to this neck of the woods. I just don't get up here as often. Longmont's where the cheese shop is. That's where we went to when we went to the museum and to the cheese shop. So now that gives you an idea. We're west of the cheese shop now, up towards the mountains. So yeah, it's saying in 0.8 miles to churn. So I guess it's going to take me kind of the way we came. But yeah, so I kind of had like as far as the Randa's different like alternatives to the pink wax, it was a 1 out of 3 win for me. I still haven't tried either of the waxes in my single placer, so I'm gonna keep trying. Like, I'm not giving up. But I think at the end of the day, if I want to be really honest, even though I love small shops and I will continue to try all the things, I am a putty person for my single placer, or glue dots for my single placer, but my multi-placer is always, I think it's just the pink wax. It's just the stuff that comes in the kit. And no matter how many times people poo-poo it or like just say like, you know, alternatives are the way to go, it is for me the best thing for my multi-placer. I'm able, and because one of the things that I do with my multi-placer too is like when I place, sometimes I need to straighten, so I'll kind of use the like edge of the multi-placer and kind of get in there a little bit and straighten them. And when you do that with certain waxes, it just shoves the wax out, or you get a big chunk of it breaks off on one of the drills. Because I'm not the best placer in the world, so I'm always using my 4-placer to kind of move stuff around. And the pink wax, or the wax that comes with kits, really seems to be the only one that's not affected by me moving it and pushing it and all that stuff. Like, it doesn't like to leave the pen once it's in there, at least not from my experience, and it doesn't come off in pieces. It stays together in like one hunk, which is really nice. So that's why I really like it. And it comes with the kits, you know? So it's also cost effective too. So I know some people just can't use it. It's really the only thing that's really worked for me in my multi-placers. And it's so nice to like lift that off, and your drills are just as shiny as when you pick them up, and they don't, like, there's no residue and stuff. It's just like, every time I try to switch to something else in my multi-placer, and then I go back to pink wax, I'm like, why do I keep doing this to myself? But it's because I believe truly that I will find something that performs just as well as the pink wax for me, but gives me the opportunity to support a small shop. So, I don't know. I'm not anti-small shop. I'm not, or anything like that. The pink wax just does it for me. And my single placer, that's a different story. Like, I aside from super sticky patty wax, that's the wax that has worked in my multi-placer. But still, I guess if, you know, I had to pick one or the other, I'd probably go with pink wax because it lasts. I don't know. I just like it. I'm sorry if that upsets people. I like it. But in my single placer, that's a different story. I've used a bunch of different stuff. There's some waxes that have worked too. So I'll keep trying. I like how they smell. There's what is it? Oh, Cabernet Sauvignon from Patty Wax or Distracted by Diamonds. I leave that out sometimes just because I like I'm like, even if I'm not using it to diamond paint, I'll just put it out because it smells so good. But yeah, other than that, that's really all I got going on. We're gonna go to the UPS store. I'm gonna get this package sent out. I'm curious to see how much it's gonna cost because it's in a like Diamond Art Club box. It's probably gonna cost me an arm and a leg to ship that out, but that's okay. And then I don't know. Go home and film, I guess. I'm not really hungry because it's only been. It has been almost 4 hours since I had breakfast, but I'm not really hungry. So I'll probably do like a super late lunch, early dinner and call it good. I don't know what I'm going to have yet, but I'll figure something out. And yeah, that's it. I might film again tomorrow, do another vlog and post that as a separate vlog episode. I haven't really decided. But yeah, that was a fun hike. I liked that one. It wasn't as like picturesque and the vistas weren't as like grand as like Sugarloaf Mountain or Cataract Lake, but it was still fun. I've never been up to that area before, and it's nice to know it's there because usually in that area you're going to the national park, but I can't bring Apollo with me there. So it's nice to know that I have an option up there, and there was several different hikes. If you saw that map, there was lots of little things you could do. So I don't know, I could try going up there and spending a longer time during the summer. I'm sure when the grass is all green and the aspen leaves or the aspens have all their leaves and stuff, I'm sure it's gorgeous up there. So I will give it another shot at some point in the future. But the next place I'd like to take you is down south. So now we've kind of done north a little bit, then we've done northwest, we've done straight west from Denver, and now I want to do some southwest stuff and maybe take you down to west of Colorado Springs. There's a town called Woodland Park, and there's a really cool trail down there that I haven't taken you on. That's a lot of fun. And one of my favorite restaurants is down there. I'd love to take you to the sand dunes. I think that would be really cool. Where else could we go? I mean, there's so many places that we haven't been, and I'll probably get another couple of hikes in before we really start seeing some snow, and then we'll start cross-country skiing together, and that's a little less. I have fewer options. I have fewer options just because you have to find the right hikes. They have to be relatively flat, pretty open space, ideally a place where people have already done already have been skiing, so you get a little bit of a groom in there. I can absolutely take you to the Nordic Center with me a couple of times. We just can't bring Apollo, unfortunately. So I'm trying to find some open space places that I can take you, and I know of a couple. So yeah, that's it. This was fun. I love doing these. I hope you guys really enjoy it. It gives me the opportunity just to kind of like word vomit, I guess, and just kind of talk just about everything and anything. I feel like I have been repeating myself a lot when it comes to the diamond painting section, talking about what I'm working on and stuff, because it's kind of the same kits over and over that are in my stash and what I'm working on, but it will change. Cozy Evening will be coming in. We've got these events throughout the year, so there'll be a lot of fun, different stuff. But yeah, and I'll keep toying with like writing down topics, just talking freely and not really having topics to discuss. It'll just be a little all over the place as it always has been, and I hope that's okay. So yeah, let me go to UPS, let me get home, let me get some filming and editing and yada 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 done, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. Otherwise, once again, thank you so much for watching, and happy placing. Bye, 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 bye. Say bye, Apollo. Bye.